Bang Woo texted his girlfriend Seo Hee, "Why aren't you replying to my messages?" Bang Woo had also transferred the money she asked for to her, and Seo Hee had received it. Bang Woo, my parents know about us now. They think poorly of you for being a hired gamer. We shouldn't contact each other anymore. What? Your parents know? Seo Hee, don't worry. I will come to Engine and make sure your parents see me differently. To give you a better life in the future, I will take on more orders. I will sleep only 2 hours a day and will proudly bring you home. Bang Woo, you're really good, but we should think long term. There's no rush. You have arrived in Jiang. Bang Woo, holding a bouquet of flowers, thought to himself, I've arrived. Seo Hee's house is upstairs. Hasn't she read my messages? Maybe she's still sleeping. I'll go up and find her now. She will definitely be surprised when she sees me. Bang Woo called Seo Hee, but she didn't answer. Inside the room, Seo Hee and another man were having fun with a young man dressed as Ezreal. You wanting to dress like this to play with you? Really annoying, Seo Hee said. The young man dressed as Ezreal laughed excitedly. Ha ha, this way it's more exciting. Your phone is ringing. Your boyfriend Bang Woo is here to see you. Aren't you going to answer it? Seo Hee hesitated, but... Young man Ezreal said loudly, I told you to answer his phone call. Can't you hear me? Seo Hee picked up the phone. Hello, Seo Hee, I am outside your building. As the battle reached its climax, Ezreal was using his ability 1 on Sona. When Bang Woo heard Seo Hee's unusual voice, he asked, Seo Hee, what's wrong? Are you feeling uncomfortable? Let me come up there, Seo Hee, just hold on a bit. I'll be right there. Ezreal grabbed Seo Hee's hand forcefully. She wanted to spell out, but had to hold back. I'm playing League of Legends, getting destroyed by Ezreal. His ultimate ability is terrifying. I can't take it anymore. Bang Woo felt strange. Why is Seo Hee's voice so strange? The Ezreal cosplay guy asked angrily, Seo Hee, how long are you going to pretend to be with that poor guy? Your heart belongs to me. He's shamelessly clinging to you. You can't get rid of him. Yun, the young master, lifted Seo Hee in a distinct posture. Ha ha ha. Then let's clear that thought out of your head. Seo Hee breathed heavily. All right, I will listen to you both. Bang Woo went to the door of Seo Hee. Seo Hee, I'm here. Quickly open the door. I brought gifts for you and Auntie. Wait a moment. We? The person who opened the door was not Seo Hee, but the young man Ezreal, which surprised Bang Woo, while his pants were still unzipped. Inside Seo Hee's room, clothes were scattered, with bruises on her shoulders from a passionate love affair. Bang Woo dropped the flowers and gifts on the ground in disappointment. Seo Hee, you? Yun hugged to Seo Hee, kissing her to show his dominance. Now you understand, don't you? Bang Woo collapsed completely. It's impossible. Seo Hee, didn't you say you would marry me? Seo Hee said coldly, Bang Woo, I was just joking with you back then. Mentioning my parents was just to make it difficult for you to leave. I didn't expect you to be so naive. Coming here like this, it's too late now. You've seen it all. I am Yun's woman. Bang Woo could only cry. Haven't I treated you well? Do you know how hard I worked to save up money for the past 6 months? I never missed a day without playing rented games, always eating steamed buns and pickles. If I was hungry, I would just drink water. How could you treat me like this? Bang Woo, I'm with you is basically no future, but Yun is not like you. He is a streamer. The hottest idol can earn millions of dollars with just one live stream. And you're just a low-level rented games player, only earning a few tens of dollars. What do you have to compare with him? Bang Woo tears fell like rain. He put his hands on the ground. So you always see me like that, then why do you care about me like that, asking me kindly to make me completely fall in love with you, why? Seo Hee coldly replied, that was just me being too kind, caring about friends only. Bang Woo, you don't bring me a future, let's break up. Hearing this, the sky seemed to collapse in front of Bang Woo. The love he had devoted himself to, thinking he would soon reap its sweet fruits, turned out to be bitter. Bang Woo, melancholy, wandered along the riverside like a homeless person. At the dormitory, Kim Taehyung's group was worried when Bang Woo didn't reply to their messages. Kim Taehyung also texted to ask, Bro Bang, are you done with work? Let's go out for late night dinner. Jae-suk and Jin-gu also joined in, bring your wife along, we're treating, whereas Bang replied to the messages. Kim Taehyung felt his right eye twitching constantly, sensing that something was wrong. As soon as he picked up the phone, he heard a strange voice. Hello, are you the friend of the owner of this phone number? He jumped off the bridge and we saved him. He is now at Jiang Central Hospital. Out here quickly. What? Bridge jump. The whole group immediately rushed to the hospital and the doctors informed them. He is now out of danger. Jin-gu sadly said, I can't believe he died because of that girl. It's not worth it. Jae-suk asked Kim Taehyung, what should we do now? The cold-faced young man replied, "Of course, we'll pay back in kind." A few days later at a luxurious party, young men Ezreal and Seo Hee attended and chatted happily. "I heard that your ex-boyfriend has disappeared. Maybe he wanted to use a drastic measure to keep you. But now my heart belongs to Yun from the Yun family. Whatever he does is useless." Yun smiled. "Your sweet talk is charming." The two walked hand in hand and said, "This party is said to be held to celebrate the new mysterious member of the Esports Team B, and only high-ranking insiders can attend." Yun obtained an invitation, quite impressive. He boasted, "Of course, who in the esports world would dare to disrespect me? Wait for Team B to come out later. I can help you get their autographs. It's worth a lot of money. I'm the best after all." As the door opened, everyone marveled, "They're here. Team B is here." Seo Hee turned back to see and thought to himself, "The ones coming out of the VIP waiting room are the legendary players Bella. Oh my god." Stepping out from behind the door were Bang Woo and Kim Taehyung. Seo Hee exclaimed, "Bang Woo. Holy shit. This person is following me all the way here." Seeing Seo Hee standing in the middle of the road, a man loudly said, "Excuse me, please move out of the way. Don't block the way for the guests." She said nothing, just smiled lightly. Seo Hee approached Yun, proudly introducing, "Bang Woo, I never thought you would be so shameless towards me. I told you that I am now the woman of Yun. I will definitely never come back to you. Today is a high-class banquet. No matter what tricks you use to sneak in here, you are not the kind of people who can set foot here. Leave now. If you get kicked out, you will lose face." Bang Woo coldly responded, "I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about." This remark made Seo Hee furious, while Yun remained calm. He approached and greeted an acquaintance, Chairman Gu. "Long time no see, I am Wang Yun. We have met at the party before. Yun, what's the matter?" Wang Yun glanced at Bang Woo and said mockingly, "You may not know, but it seems that some unidentified individuals have infiltrated your party, such as this Bang Woo person. I want to ask you, your party has a minimum requirement of millions of dollars in assets. How did a poor person like you receive an invitation?" "I didn't receive an invitation. Did you personally let me in?" Seo Hee quickly interrupted, "Don't be rude. You're just a low-level hired gamer. Dare not to respect young Master Yun. He can ban you from the platform immediately. So leave now, or you will be kicked out." At this moment, Kim Taehyung appeared, speaking in a cold voice. "Perhaps it will be you who will be kicked out. Dare to confront me? I can have you knocked to the ground with just a word. You look miserable in front of me. I see you're tired of living." Kim Taehyung calmly said to him, "This villainous speech of yours needs to be repeated every day. I'm tired of hearing it. Please change the script." Furious, Wang Yun did not say a word, unable to speak against Kim Taehyung. Wang Yun turned to Chairman Gu and said, "Chairman Gu, look." However, he was interrupted by the chairman. "The time is almost up." Surprised, Wang Yun exclaimed, "What?" The host's voice rang out. "Thank you for taking the precious time to attend this party. Tonight, we are pleased to introduce the new player joining Dragon Soul Team, Player B." Wang Yun continued to talk to Chairman Gu. "Indeed, the party is more important. How could we let a few small thieves ruin Chairman Gu's mood? Tell me who Player B is." However, Chairman Gu showed no interest in him. Seo Hee coaxed, "That's right. I want to get his autograph. Joining Chairman Gu's main team is definitely a promising character." Chairman Gu just replied, "You will know soon." Everyone's eyes began to focus on the stage to wait for Player B. They buzzed in discussion. "I heard that the player won 3 consecutive national championships, retired. Chairman Gu must have spent a large sum of money to sign a contract with him. The top team in Huaxia, Dragon Soul. Everyone has to go through a rigorous selection process to join. Player B can join directly, surely an international powerhouse." The host's voice rang out again. "Now let's give a warm round of applause to welcome Player B." Bang Woo stepped forward to Seo Hee's surprise. "Bang Woo, that is not where you should be standing. Go down quickly. Don't embarrass yourself." The islander looked around and thought to herself, "Why isn't anyone stopping him? What is he planning to do at this party? Is he going to confess his love for me on stage? If so, that would be so embarrassing." The host shouted loudly, "Welcome the Player B to join Dragon Soul Team." Chairman Gu had also been on stage since when, he happily said, "With Player B joining, Dragon Soul Team is like a tiger growing wings, earning over $50 million a year, very deserving of the effort he has put in." Below the stage, there was a buzz of gossip. "This is the star player that Dragon Soul Team recruited. So young, my god, a rising star player worth $50 million. This is the first time in the history of Huaxia Esports a new king of esports has emerged to take many close-up photos." Young Master looked towards the stage without blinking. "Holy shit, what is happening?" Seo Hee couldn't hide his astonishment and exclaimed, "The main player worth tens of millions. How is that possible?" Seo Hee and Young Master looked at each other. "He is Player B. It can't be. I have loved him for 2 years. He's just a hired gamer. Surely he's just trying to hold on to me. He paying to hire someone to act in a play. Up to now, the influential people in the business world starting to gather around. Bang Wu, representing Pangxi Real Estate, gave a Dongcheng villa to player B, invited him to be the spokesperson of Pangxi Real Estate, a direct television platform. No. One in News live broadcast sincerely invited player B to work with us, as we will fully prepare the field fee for him. Suddenly, Seo Hee shouted, "Enough!" She pushed the people around Bang Wu away, covering her face and said, "Bang Wu, you used to be undisciplined but at least honest, but now you have become a black liar, trying to deceive me to attract many people for the show. I despise you. You should not delude yourself. I will turn back." Wang Yun also stepped forward to add, "Bang Wu, don't pretend. How much money did you spend on these people? I'll pay 10 times more for them to leave." At this moment, Chairman Gu stepped forward. "Who do you want to leave?" Young Master panicked. "CEO Gu, he is just a hired player. You are looking for him as a professional player. Isn't that a joke? You have been deceived." "I was deceived. He requested to join the Dragon Soul team to defeat all the team members working. He relied on his talent to be elected." Wang Yun could not believe this was true. Impossible. How could he have this kind of skill? Kim Taehyung explained to him, "Bang Wu is actually a national champion, but he only took cheap game boosts to make more money, not expecting to be looked down upon. This time, I just introduced Mr. Wu to Director Gu's team. He relies on his strength to be in this position." Kim Taehyung pointed at Yun teasingly. "And you're just a little radio presenter relying on your famous mouth. With poor technique and questionable morals, you dare to insult professional team members." These words from Kim Taehyung left him speechless. I. He was annoyed, not expecting to encounter this trouble. Bang Wu really has someone backing him. "Anyway, I am still a big host, a brother of the streaming platform. When I return to live broadcast, I will talk a bit about him and use him to make money. By then, he won't even have to beg me to forgive him." After thinking, Wang Yun grabbed Seo Hee's hand and pulled him away. "Let's go." Suddenly, the voices of two men rang out together. "Who allowed you to leave?" Yun was confused. "Director Wang, Director Lai, why are you here?" One playful man nicknamed the King of Fish and the other was Mr. Lai, holding a stack of photos in their hands. "Yun, what do you think these are?" "The colorful photos of yours have been published online. In the agreement, you signed the contract with our platform has clear stipulations. The host must not engage in any illegal activities or violate any rules. You have tarnished our image. We demand you compensate 10 times the contract fee for breaching the contract." At this moment, the internet is also full of sensitive photos of Mr. Yun. Under those images are extremely angry comments. Wang Yun sweats profusely. Seo Hee is also shocked when looking at the phone. "This girl is truly shameless. Her name is Seo Hee. I have her WeChat. She is always seductive everywhere. She is like a pure white lotus. Ha ha. This time she is truly famous. She is really a despicable person. I heard she even made her ex-boyfriend jump into the river. Truly shameless." Seo Hee embarrassedly covered her face with her hand to avoid the gaze of everyone. Why can't it be like this? Wang Yun, at a loss, blamed to Seo Hee. "Seo Hee, it's all your fault. If it weren't for you abandoning and hurting Bang Wu, he wouldn't have treated you so cruelly. He used to be your boyfriend. Surely he still likes you. Quick, go plead with him. Go beg for his help." Seo Hee blushed and walked towards Bang Wu. "That's right. Bang Wu still likes me. Now he's a star with a limitless future. If he agrees to marry me, my life can still be saved." She pretended as if nothing had happened. "Bang Wu, congratulations, you finally did it. I know you tried so hard just to marry me." This line made everyone even more disgusted with her. Seo Hee rushed to embrace Bang Wu's hand. "Anyway, I'm beautiful like this. Many people like me. Who knows if you really mean it or not? So actually, I was just testing you before. Now that you have passed the test, you can propose to me." The people standing next to them felt a chill in their bodies and exclaimed, "Holy shit. This is the first time I've seen a woman with such thick skin." Even she was not ashamed as she leaned in to kiss Bang Wu in the crowd. However, this time, Bang Wu was much firmer. Having almost lost his life in a previous incident, he was determined to give up this trashy love. Bang Wu said loudly, "Enough." Seo Hee almost fell over. You. Bang Wu's face now turned cold as he said, "Now that you are so greedy and shameless, it disgusts me. Immediately get out of my sight." Kim Taehyung's voice rang out, let's go for a late-night meal." Chairman Gu also waved politely, "You two go ahead." With Kim Taehyung comforting him, Bang Wu walked away, Seo Hee still trying to catch up. Offering a ride, she saw the luxurious car and her eyes lit up. Wow, a luxurious car. She ran and grabbed Bang Wu's leg and begged with admiration. Don't go, Bang Woo. Clearly you still love me, right? However, Bang Woo ignored her and paid no attention to her. At this point, Chairman Gu ordered 2 employees. Pull this woman out. Remember her face well. Don't let her get close to Bang Woo in the future, yes. The car quickly drove away while Xiao He sat there crying. Let me go, Bang Woo, let me please. Bang Woo is mine, $50 million is mine. Why am I so unlucky? Bang Woo, come back. I was wrong. I was really wrong. In the car, Bang Woo glanced at the shameless girl he once foolishly loved. I used to have a little attachment to her, but tonight I saw her ugly face. I really let go completely. She is fundamentally unworthy of me. Kim Taehyung looked more relieved at Bang Woo. You can think clearly now. Moved. Bang Woo looked at Kim Taehyung. Kim Taehyung, thank you. If it wasn't for you, I might still be immersed in that darkness. Kim Taehyung just smiled. Woo, your efforts have brought you this far today. If you didn't have real ability, Chairman Gu wouldn't have signed a contract with you. I just helped push that door open for you. No matter what anyone says, the most worthy thing in my life is having a brother like you. Chairman Gu just informed me that I will be competing in Iceland next week. This time I will definitely win the championship for you to see. Kim Taehyung shook hands with Bang Woo. I trust you, Woo. You can definitely do it. A few days later at the male dormitory, Kim Taehyung was watching Jenny's live stream. Thank you, CO, for coming. I will show you a part of my talent performance. After Jenny's performance, viewers couldn't help but comment. No, can't resist. Thank you, thank you. Jenny also openly stated 10% of the bonus will be used for public purposes. Kim Taehyung blushed and thought quietly. This dance is really good. Maybe I can have Jenny dance for me, saying Jenny's favorite level is 92%. Need to make more money quickly. Suddenly, Kim Taehyung's eyes fell on a Potter. And Giant Music Festival, Jenny seems to be in a giant. Indeed, in the performances, there is a dance routine based on her personality. Anything new always comes to tell me a little. This time, didn't speak up naturally. See if there's a chance to resist money. Jenny, I saw in the Giant Music Festival you also had a performance. Kim Taehyung, have you seen it? I wanted to invite you to watch, but this dance performance was only meant to warm up the stage. The organizers allocated very little budget for it, so the overall effect was quite ordinary. Oh my! Moreover, I was also placed next to someone else. Let me tell you, I am very good at dancing. I should have the right to be in the center position. But a wealthy backer of another streamer used connections to secure the center spot for her. It's really annoying. I am so poor that I only have $50 million left for bank transfer. Kim Taehyung, why did you suddenly transfer so much money to me? With someone backing me up and with you being the top leader of the chart, this amount of money should be enough to buy the center spot for me. He treats me so well, spending millions just to change the center spot for me. Jenny's favorite level increased by 3%. Jenny's current favorite level is 95%. The woman replied, Kim Taehyung, you're really good to me. I love you. I will definitely try to practice this dance beautifully. You must come watch me perform, then we will have fun together and enjoying for a few days. Okay, I'm looking forward to it. A week later at Incheon Airport, Kim Taehyung was there thinking to himself, the plane ticket was booked by Jenny for me, and she even let me stay at her house for a few days. Amazing. As soon as he arrived at the airport, Jenny drove to pick up Kim Taehyung. Kim Taehyung, here. The car sped down the road, taking them both home. Kim Taehyung looked at her curiously. Seeing you in this sportswear, is it a dance outfit? Jenny replied, this is yoga gear. You need to stretch your muscles before dancing. You'll see how flexible I am soon. Jenny arrived in a building. I live in a rented apartment here. As they stopped the car, Jenny saw Xiao Jin taking out the trash. Xiao Jin, why is there so much trash? Oh, getting ready to move, cleaning up and getting rid of unnecessary things. Jenny curiously asked, oh, you're moving. This apartment complex is too polluted. The landlord has issues, can't stay here. In a few days, I'll be moving too. Jenny hugged Xiao Jin. I can't bear to be away from you at all. Upon seeing Kim Taehyung, Xiao Jin realized, this is not the rich man at the top of the ranking that Jenny often talks about. Finally, I met someone real and quite handsome. Mr. Kim Taehyung, this is my neighbor Xiao Jin. We often play together, and every time there are cockroaches at home, I asked Xiao Jin to come and save me, as strong as a boy. Xiao Jin smiled. Every time I exterminate roaches, she invites me to a big party. I really love roaches. Suddenly, a man's voice rang out, still chatting. Check out before 12 noon. Extra charges will be applied if late. The man kept calling Xiao Jin's name. She felt annoyed as she turned and replied, don't worry, I will definitely be on time. I don't want to stay a second longer. Jenny also said to Kim Taehyung, let's go up too, it's not early anymore. After Xiao Jin left, Kim Taehyung and Jenny quickly went to their room. Jenny's room was normal, simple like many other streamers. Above was a computer for live streaming, below was a yoga mat. Jenny said hurriedly. We wasted too much time chatting downstairs. Not much time left for stretching. Kim Taehyung calmly replied, then let's not do it, however. Stretching before exercising is essential. She looked at Kim Taehyung and said, we must do it. Do a few simple stretching exercises quickly. Jenny quickly performed a few stretching exercises. These exercises were quite strenuous, so while exercising, Jenny always muttered a few words. Seeing this, Kim Taehyung said, stretching hastily like that is not good. Let me help you with a full-body stretching exercise. Jenny appeared puzzled, but agreed to let the young man help her. Kim Taehyung stepped forward, took Jenny's waist with both hands to give her a solid support on her back. Jenny's legs could easily move deeper onto the mat. This movement helped stretch the muscles quickly and effectively. Kim Taehyung used one hand to press Jenny's thigh down a bit more firmly, saying, like this. At this point, Jenny's hand could touch her own foot. This stretching exercise was clearly twice as effective as her usual routine. Jenny was sweating profusely. She wiped her sweat and said, very effective, just 2 exercises and my whole body is stretched out. Kim Taehyung, why are you so professional? The young man confidently replied, because I often learn from the internet and other websites. Jenny crawled over and begged the young man, teach me a few more, please. If he liked it, Kim Taehyung didn't hesitate. The young man just grabbed Jenny's shoulders and said, then let's stretch your legs some more. Kim Taehyung exerted a little force and Jenny let out a few cries. Her stretching posture this time was a bit sensitive. Kim Taehyung used his own strength to help her stretch her leg muscles, unintentionally bringing their faces close to each other. Jenny sighed, it's a bit painful. Kim Taehyung replied, pain is effective. During the practice, Kim Taehyung's lips almost touched Jenny's, making both of them blush. Just then, the alarm on her phone suddenly went off, startling them both. Jenny said, it's time for the final rehearsal. Before leaving, she reminded the young man, please be patient. Kim Taehyung, I will make it up to you tonight. Remember to watch me perform on time tonight. This dance is specially designed for you. Kim Taehyung nodded, of course. At Jenny's house, Kim Taehyung went to the refrigerator to find something to eat, silently thinking, I heard that food and drinks at electronic music festivals are insanely expensive, and they don't allow the audience to bring in water. I should eat something before going. Outside, a voice could be heard. It seemed like someone was causing a disturbance. Don't you think you've gone too far, and do you feel ashamed at all? Kim Taehyung curiously peeked out the door. Is that Jenny's neighbor's voice? Hearing the loud voices, everyone from other rooms also gathered to eavesdrop. The homeowner shouted, get out, don't interfere with me assessing the damage. After being scolded, each person ran back to their room. The homeowner turned to her son and said, son, this girl is troublesome. Keep her here and don't let her disturb. Xiao Jin angrily said, dare to touch me and see. Kim Taehyung stepped in and said to the mother and son, no way, how can someone dare to disturb like this in broad daylight? This kind of behavior should be reported to the police, right? The homeowner's son asked angrily, who are you? Xiao Jin recognized him. You're Jenny's #1 fan, right? The homeowners looked at each other and muttered, #1 fan, isn't that the type of rich and foolish person who likes to give gifts to female streamers? Kim Taehyung asked Xiao Jin, what are you guys arguing about? She couldn't hide her anger and said, it started with paying rent and assessing damages normally, but this landlord intentionally picked on me, which led to an argument. Then they pushed me. The young man above had a question mark on his head. Isn't this just a regular valuation of damage? Why argue? You don't understand. This homeowner is very weird. As the two were talking, the host took a flashlight and shone it in their eyes, making both unable to see anything. Kim Taehyung was surprised. What are you doing? The old man calmly said, it's not just a valuation of damage, don't you know that? The host couple approached a wall. The wife felt it with her hand and said, there are 2 scratches here. So she pasted 2 red papers on them. Kim Taehyung began to feel uncomfortable about this. The husband continued to lift each chair and look underneath, then said, the chair legs have 3 dents. Next, he inspected another area with the flashlight and said 10 horizontal bars and 4 vertical bars are cracked. They then moved on to the door, the refrigerator, water dispenser, and the air conditioner, all of which were covered in red paper. After a while, Kim Taehyung and Xiao Jin were stunned because everything in the room was covered in red paper. After some calculations, the homeowner took out his phone and said the entire house has a total of 365 damages, totaling $57,400. Xiao Jin scolded him in the face. You thief, more than $50,000 stolen. Where did you get it from? Why don't you just go rob? He smirked, then secretly thought, robbing doesn't make as much money as this. The damage report clearly lists all items, all of which are supported. The rental contract also clearly states that the tenant must compensate the landlord for the damage caused by activities in the house. Xiao Jin raised his voice. These so-called damages are clearly already in your house. If you want me to compensate, I won't pay a penny. The landlord sneered, I know you don't have much money, but he does. Just have your boyfriend pay. Kim Taehyung curiously asked him, you know I have money? He calmly replied, you are her top player, right? Although I don't watch live streams, I have heard news about top players giving tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands to streamers. Stop talking, give me the money quickly. I have to go collect rent, busy. Not as idle as you all. Kim Taehyung grunted, you make money from tenants and now you're acting arrogant. The angry wife shouted with both hands raised. What are you mocking about? Don't you see my husband is evaluating the damage and sweating profusely, unlike you standing there unhelpful. The homeowner replied, that's how renting a house works. Tenants only need to worry about paying, while landlords have to worry about many things. Xiao Jin pointed a finger in challenge. Get lost, I absolutely won't pay. You have to refund my deposit as well. At that moment, the man's son pushed Xiao Jin's belongings away and arrogantly said, neither of you will pay, got it. Seeing her belongings being held, Xiao Jin angrily rushed forward, but was stopped by the homeowner couple. My belongings, if you don't comply with the contract, I have the right to search your bag. Oh, if you lay a hand on me, I will call the police to arrest you. The homeowner's son searched through Xiao Jin's belongings, took out some lingerie and exclaimed, oh, unexpected. With a manly personality like yours, your lingerie is so sensual. Good at pretending. The homeowner put his hand on Xiao Jin's sensitive area and said loudly, don't make a scene. Xiao Jin angrily scratched his face. Let it go. The landlord raised his hand to hit Xiao Jin. You scoundrel, how dare you scratch my face? Suddenly, Kim Taehyung appeared and tightly grabbed his hand, speaking arrogantly. Finally, the top-ranked brother is willing to pay up. However, Kim Taehyung looked at him with a menacing look. No, you won't get a penny for damages. The landlord became furious. Ha! All tenants say the same thing at first, but in the end, they still obediently pay up. Kim Taehyung asked him, you are so cunning, aren't you? I haven't spent a dime on this building. What do you think? Kim Taehyung moved closer and pressed him down fiercely, causing him to cry out in pain. Ah. Seeing this, the son ran over. How dare you hit my father? Kim Taehyung quickly dodged to the side, making the son of the landlord fall flat on his face. Xiao Jin didn't want to escalate the situation and told Kim Taehyung, let's go, consider the deposit for the dog food. They are experienced old folks. I can't fight back and I don't want to involve you. However, the landlord still wouldn't let it go. Do you think you can just leave like that? He took out his phone and called someone. Hurry up, there's someone causing trouble. Quickly, a group of people began to step up the stairs. The young man also took out his phone and spoke confidently. Everyone knows how to make a call. Hey everyone, do you know in Jiang, the Dongjiang apartment complex? The homeowner chuckled at Kim Taehyung, listening to the voice from outside, calling people in our area, trying to make me laugh to death. Welcome. It's best to call more people. Daring to cause trouble in our Dongjiang village. Don't think about leaving without losing a layer of skin. Hearing this, Xiao Jin anxiously said to Kim Taehyung, let's go quickly. At this point, a group of people appeared aggressively. The homeowner said approvingly, it's late. Kim Taehyung crossed his arms in disapproval. Even in a legal society, there are still so many thugs, it's really outrageous. An old man who had just arrived spoke up, ha. I am the head of this city's central village. Hey, young man, don't be too hot-headed. The homeowner immediately whispered to the head of the village, Hen, these are the two people. Not only did they not compensate for the damage to my rental property, but they also used violence against people. Kim Taehyung explained to the head of the village, you are the head of the village, right? This homeowner, when inspecting the damage when returning the house, demanded an unreasonable fee of tens of thousands of dollars. It's best to teach him properly. Don't let one person affect the reputation of the entire village. However, the village head smiled and said, our village doesn't need outsiders like you worrying about it. You should worry about yourself first, pay the compensation money, and everyone won't be uncomfortable anymore. It turns out that this arrogant homeowner has the village head backing him up. Are you not afraid that we will report you to the police? Go ahead, report the police. Ha. When this city was not developed, our Dongjiang village has been living here for generations. This is our territory. Even the police can't control it. Even the market here has to respect our Dongjiang village in some ways. Do you understand? If you do, then quickly hand over the money. Of course, in addition to the compensation money, you also have to pay extra labor fees for our brothers, each person, $20,000. Xiao Jin's face couldn't hide the worry. She held Kim Taehyung's hand tightly and said, I don't have money. I came to the big city alone to strive, suffering day and night. I was planning to earn some money to treat my grandmother's illness, but I didn't expect to meet this kind of landlord. How can you bully people like this? Ha ha. The landlady spoke up. Oh, you were so fierce earlier. Why are you crying now? Finally, you're scared, huh? The son also added, it's too late. No matter how much you cry, you still have to hand over the money. Your money is the easiest for you to earn as workers. If you don't earn it, then who will? Ha ha ha. The homeowner chuckled and said triumphantly, well, top dog, it's time to pay up, compensate for the damages plus our labor costs, totaling $200,000. If you feel uncomfortable, let her repay you overnight multiple times to settle the debt, right? Ha ha ha. The village head also urged Kim Taehyung, quick, hand over the money. We're very busy. Every minute of delay will cost more in labor. Xiao Jin felt she had caused trouble for Kim Taehyung. I'm sorry, I've implicated you. Hoo. The young man held her hand to comfort her. It's okay. Don't be afraid. The homeowner chuckled as if he had won. Don't be afraid. Ha ha ha. Turns out this top dog still doesn't understand the situation, son. Go wake him up. The son listened to his father, excitedly stepped forward to kick Xiao Jin's suitcase down. Xiao Jin panicked and exclaimed, my suitcase. The homeowner's son spoke in a commanding tone. You understand the situation now? Kim Taehyung glared at the homeowner. It seems like you're the one who doesn't understand the situation now. Suddenly, a loud noise reverberated, causing both the homeowner and the village head to startle. A group of people burst in, everyone freeze. The homeowner's group were shocked, sweat dripping down their faces, their eyes wide with confusion. Seeing the police approaching, Kim Taehyung immediately walked over to raise his phone, providing information about the previous recording to them regarding the case he had reported related to the landlord extorting money, threatening, and illegally constructing with all the witnesses and evidence. The landlord's family was shocked to hear this, but the director remained calm and mocked him. Then he pushed Kim Taehyung and started talking to the police captain Chen. The landlord also came over to mock Kim Taehyung. Unfortunately, their relationship was beyond Kim Taehyung's imagination. He asked, do you remember what he said earlier? Even when the mayor arrived, he still had to show respect. Unexpectedly, Captain Chen angrily raised his hand and warned the director not to flatter him. Then Captain Chen turned to bow to the mayor and reported that the situation was under control. The mayor then ordered the police to arrest the unruly group for investigation. The host and the old director saw the city mayor coming and were afraid of revealing their secrets, but later they panicked, not understanding why he treated them in this way. The mayor, with a stern face and cold voice, said, strip the director of the committee of his position, then take him to the police station for investigation without bail. The director quickly pleaded, offering a pack of cigarettes, reminding the mayor of their past relationship. Do you remember the toast I gave you 2 years ago, and the former deputy mayor was also a good friend to me? The mayor showed that he couldn't mistreat the old man like this, but ultimately he didn't care about the old man's words. The director accused the old man of framing government officials, and of course his crimes would only increase. The angry director turned to glare at Kim Taehyung, who smirked provocatively at him. The director was about to attack him, but before he could lay a hand on Kim Taehyung, the mayor ordered the police to arrest the suspect for daring to assault someone. The director and the host were shot and fell to the ground like they were at a bar, the host feeling extremely unjust. He was just standing there and still got shot. The wife and son of the landlord were shocked and heartbroken when they saw this scene, feeling incredibly sorry for their husband and father. Immediately, the wife rushed forward to plead with the authorities to stop because her husband did nothing wrong. Why would they shoot him? Kim Taehyung thought he misheard. The landlord did nothing. He was clearly extracting blood from his tenants, earning $3,000 to $8,000 each month. When bleeding, one should speak the truth, but no matter, I will be generous and give you an explanation. The wife and son of the landlord glared angrily at Kim Taehyung, believing him to be cruel and arrogant. Who did he think he was? Someone who knew everything. But before they could do anything, the police aimed their guns at both of them, instantly deflating their arrogant attitude, looking incredibly pitiful. When the situation was more stable, the mayor accused the landlord of intentionally damaging property, causing injuries, harassing, and threatening others, so they would compensate Xiao Jin with $20,000. Upon hearing this, the landlord and the old director were panicked and wanted to explain, but the mayor did not care. Soon after, the secretary handed over the documents for the mayor to review quickly, and according to the information, the house was identified as illegally constructed, with reports that the landlord owed wages to workers and construction materials, so they had to pay a fine of $100,000 and demolish the house. The other people, after hearing that, immediately began to cry and protest, absolutely refusing to accept this terrible reality. Later, the mayor took the initiative to reach out to Kim Taehyung and said, I have admired your name for a long time. Kim Taehyung smiled at him and said, I feel lucky that you came and demanded justice for the common people. The other 4 people witnessing this scene were astonished. They didn't understand why the mayor was showing such respect to Kim Taehyung. Meanwhile, the mayor congratulated Kim Taehyung and sincerely apologized to him for his bad experience visiting in Jiang. In fact, he wanted to turn Jiang into a famous tourist city, so he didn't know if Kim Taehyung was interested in investing in cultural tourism projects. Kim Taehyung smiled and said he would consider and contact the mayor after researching some information. The mayor smiled with his eyes squinting, glad that someone had called him to report on the situation here, that he had truly made a connection with Kim Taehyung. He wanted to turn Jiang into a famous tourist city, and if a wealthy person like him invested in it, it would be great. The other people were still in shock at this point, finally realizing they had been blind and kicking a stone. A while later, the whole group was chained and taken to the fort. Xiao Jin and saw that everything had been resolved peacefully and was extremely grateful to Kim Taehyung. She proactively wanted to be friends on WeChat with someone and then generously transferred some money to him as a token of gratitude. Kim Taehyung was a bit surprised and asked, "Xiao Jin, aren't you short of money?" Embarrassed, Xiao Jin knew that this amount of money was very small for Kim Taehyung, not enough to buy a gift. But today, everything turned out well thanks to Kim Taehyung's help. Even though she was short of money, she felt that she should do something for him. Kim Taehyung smiled and said he was helping her because the landlord was truly unreasonable. He couldn't just stand by and watch. Since Xiao Jin insisted, he would accept the money. Hearing this, Xiao Jin was very happy. She suddenly approached him, gently kissed Kim Taehyung on the cheek as a goodbye. A quick and simple kiss. Xiao Jin waved to Kim Taehyung with a smile, telling him not to misunderstand that she wasn't trying to take advantage of Kim Jenny. She just wanted to express her gratitude, knowing they wouldn't have the chance to meet again. With that, Xiao Jin turned and walked away. Kim Taehyung watched her leave with a smile, thinking to himself, she is indeed a straightforward girl. With nothing else to do, he had to move on to the next performance. A few hours later, Kim Taehyung arrived at the venue. Just stepping inside, he was amazed by the spectacle. This place was indeed much larger and livelier than he had imagined. It was truly an electronic music festival, organized by 4 major platforms. Kim Taehyung looked up at the stage, wondering when Kim Jenny's performance would come. He made his way through the crowd, passing by several couples kissing. Yet Kim Taehyung couldn't help but exclaim, "The atmosphere here is not bad." After a while, Kim Taehyung got closer to the stage. While he was engrossed in the music, he suddenly heard strange moans in his ear. Glancing over, he couldn't help but be more intrigued by the sight. Nevertheless, he just smiled. You could only look, but not speak. Suddenly, the atmosphere around him became chaotic as a black guy named Cooney, one of the top 100 DJs in the world, appeared. Also a special guest at the finale of this music festival, Cooney seemed very serious about his work as a security guard. However, it seemed that Cooney's fame was so overwhelming that some female fans couldn't contain their excitement and crazily rushed out from the barricade, aggressively wanting to grab him. But Cooney was not one to be trifled with, as he hugged a few of the excited girls with a smile on his face. Kim Taehyung, nearby, originally indifferent to the situation, suddenly became intrigued as another person angrily approached. The man furiously demanded that Kun remove his dirty hands from his girlfriend. He quickly grabbed Kun's hand and pulled it away, criticizing why Kun, a black man, dared to take advantage of his girlfriend. The girlfriend, witnessing her boyfriend's behavior, held onto his shoulder and sternly explained, "Our recent actions were just a cultural exchange from foreigners. Even hugging and kissing are just etiquette. Furthermore, I never agreed to be your girlfriend, so don't let others misunderstand our relationship." She shamelessly left her boyfriend behind and followed the black man, causing him to hold on to a painful mistake. As the guy was despairing, Kim Taehyung approached and patted him on the shoulder, asking, "Is that your girlfriend?" Guy, seeing Kim Taehyung appear, was slightly surprised but honestly admitted that he had met the girl not long ago, never expecting her to act so detached. Thinking about her recent actions and hurtful words, he despondently buried his head in his hands. He is furious. It's not just because Cooney is not in the top 100 DAs in the world, or because Cooney is American, so she heartlessly left me. Kim Taehyung beside him can only pat his back to comfort him. Opening his eyes early, looking at someone not bad, he will soon see the good in it. Later on stage, the male MC excitedly announced that the next performance would be by the most famous male-female streamers of the IA company. Hearing that, the audience below erupted into cheers as if everyone was looking forward to it. And Kim Taehyung was no exception because he knew this was Kim Jenny's performance, but something happened. No one appeared on stage. The restless atmosphere was strange. Then the audience below started to whisper, even getting angry. They wondered why the male MC introduced earlier, but still no one appeared. What exactly was happening? Seeing a bit of chaos below, the male MC quickly spoke up, saying that it might be a technical error so the sexy Ford group would be back for another performance. Hearing that, the audience below became even more noisy. They were extremely discontent because after this performance was Cooney's music performance that they were eagerly waiting for, so they didn't want to waste any more time. But under this eerie atmosphere, Kim Taehyung seemed to have guessed something. He quietly thought, I should go backstage to see what's going on. Thinking so, Kim Taehyung walked towards the backstage door and opened it. Surprisingly, there were no security guards outside, but inside, there was a lot of noise. Kim Jenny was outside frantically knocking on the door. Kim Taehyung calmly went up to her and asked what was going on. Kim Jenny explained that a member of their group named Blackberry had disappeared before going on stage, and now she was inside Cooney's room, refusing to come out. She had been knocking on the door for a long time, but no one came out to open it. So what were they doing inside? While Kim Jenny was busy explaining, the staff successfully opened the room. Unexpectedly, the scene inside left them all shocked. Cooney was enjoying earthly pleasures, but when he realized the door had been opened, he completely sobered up, his face changing 180 degrees. He angrily stood up, making the two girls stagger and question them. What are you doing? Do you know this is a private room? The three people outside walked in, looking at the scene in front of them in disbelief. What time is it that they're still doing this? The staff and Kim Jenny advised Cooney and Blackberry to quickly change clothes to go on stage, but these people seemed to be not alert enough. The two careless girls still clung to the black man without letting go. They all felt they hadn't played enough, so when they finished playing, it wouldn't be too late to go to the stage. The trio hugged each other tightly. Meanwhile, in the air at this moment, there was a very strange smell that made Kim Jenny and Kim Taehyung uncomfortable and cover their noses. Kim Jenny suspected and was about to ask Blackberry, but Kim Taehyung quickly stopped her. He felt that this smell might make them hallucinate. Blackberry, upon hearing this, looked at Kim Jenny contemptuously and provocatively said, "You're jealous of me because I got to hang out with Cooney, one of the top celebrities in the US. He also promises me a place in the future, that I will become an American famous on the internet. The money earned from Chinese viewers will be spent freely in the US. I admit that I envy Kim Jenny because she has a brother who is at the top of the list, but it's nothing compared to Cooney. The Chinese man to me is really lowly." Kim Taehyung heard that, half smiling. These girls believe that mixed-race people are outstanding flat brains indeed. Chinese people have one of the highest IQs in the world, taking care of those who are wealthy with low IQs. Chinese students' acceptance scores into American schools are tens of points higher than other countries, just to show the culture of equality that is always valued. To Kim Taehyung, it was no different than a joke. Blackberry, upon hearing this, immediately refuted, thinking that it was just superficial talk on the internet. She didn't believe it and was angry, quickly driving them out, not bothering others' good deeds. Suddenly, Cooney stepped forward, extending his hand to greet Kim Jenny, asking, "Would you like to play with us?" Then he held his gun calmly, asking, "Have you never tasted it? I will help you deal with the angry audience outside. Just say that I asked you to do something, and that's why you were late." He continued to ask Kim Jenny how she felt about this suggestion, but Kim Jenny smirked, saying that Cooney's thing was too small. She refused, saying it was even smaller than Kim Taehyung's pinky finger. Cooney, being criticized as small for the first time in years, felt greatly humiliated. His face twisted, wanting to punch someone to show Kim Jenny how weak and good Chinese men are. Today's exciting video has come to an end. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give Adonis Recap a like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any suggestions for improvement, feel free to comment to let us know. Now thank you and goodbye everyone. Wishing you all a happy and joyful day.